So there's a story out of Indiana where this young brother lost his life going on a date with a young lady earlier this year in January. Um, let's get into it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. We're going to get into it, then we're going to break it down, try to give a few points of wisdom from young Uncle Marlon. Let's hit it.
Now, two young suspects are charged with murder and robbery in a deadly shooting on Indy's north side.
It happened in January. CBS 4's Jesse Wells spoke to the victim's parents today.
According to court records, the murder, which took place right here on this street behind me, stemmed from a date that turned into a robbery. The victim's family hopes both the 19-year-old woman who's accused of arranging the crime and her 18-year-old boyfriend who allegedly committed the shooting
Kids,
are held accountable for that senseless killing.
it's just kids.
Jarrell Pryor stayed out of trouble and worked hard raising his daughter Honey until he was set up, ambushed, and shot to death near 49th and Primrose, just north of the state fairgrounds in late January.
I'm broken inside. I'm torn. I'm tore up. He lost his life for going on a date.
In fact, just a few hours before Tamika and Travis Wiley's son was killed, police believe Pryor messaged this woman, Alexis Hawkins, asking a three-word question, "When you free?" This affidavit claims that while Hawkins agreed to go on a date with Pryor, she simultaneously began messaging her boyfriend, Brian Winston Jr., arranging to rob the unsuspecting victim.
It was a senseless act, and they didn't get it. They didn't get nothing out of it. And they took everything from us. You can't escape this type of pain. You can't. There's no running from it. There's no getting away.
While talking to police, Hawkins allegedly admitted she was at the scene inside the victim's car at the time of the shooting, but denied taking part in the violence. For their part, police insist a series of messages between the two suspects ties them to the.
She ain't too bright, but she's still a baby though. That's the biggest issue thing is thing that's gonna go against her is that she's just a child. She don't know no better. But to be this young, God, they start young. But I guess you see killers and stuff and gangsters and stuff, and they start young, man. They just start. I mean, babies.
Robbery and murder. Pryor's parents say they celebrated his daughter's third birthday without him just a few weeks ago, and the arrest of the two accused killers does not ease the family's pain.
I mean, no justice will ever cure my broken heart. It's not going to ever bring my baby back.
It really doesn't matter if they spend the rest of their lives in jail. We lost, and we have to deal with this pain every day.
Finally, Hawkins made her initial court hearing last month. Winston has not yet gone to court. Both suspects are being held without bond pending trial. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
So you got two babies. You see let me stop calling them babies. Got two young dummies, 18 and 19-year-olds, set this brother up. He was like, what, 26? So the story says that they were going on a date. I'm not sure what kind of date you can go on after midnight. Number one, fellas, we've got to teach our young boys, and those kind of gonna be tough because we all been through it, our own selves. We got to teach our young boys not to think with our private areas, especially when it comes to these females, especially when it comes to these Instagram thoughts for real. Because I saw the young ladies. Well, I saw another story where they showed some of the pictures that this young lady posted on Instagram, and it's a lot of booty shots, tight clothes, this, that, and the third. So I'm just going to assume that somehow they met on Instagram. They probably didn't know each other personally, but I mean, they was in the same area, so that's probably how they met. Or maybe they didn't meet each other. I don't know, but when you see a young lady who has no problem showing her body online for all 7 billion people of the world to see, that's a young lady you want to stay away from. There's nothing good. There's a fun time, but it's not a long time. There's nothing good that can come out of that type of relationship. 12 o'clock, when you free, like I say, ain't too many places you can go after midnight except Waffle House or meeting on a corner somewhere. Now, undoubtedly, she didn't live in that area and he didn't live in that area, but the boyfriend came and shot the man. But then she's asking for a ride asking several people after midnight if they can pick her up and take her home from this area. Like, where's the boyfriend at? So does the boyfriend live in this area? You know, that's. But he ain't got a car. See what I'm saying? Sometimes women just I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder if they just boys and girls. I don't know if they even know if they got common sense. These youngsters don't have no kind of common sense. I also noticed they didn't mention the child's mother, the little 3-year-old. I noticed they didn't mention their mother, so I don't know if the young man was raising his daughter on his own, and the mother wasn't in life. But this is why we trying to harp now, try to tell the youngsters too. Also, marry before you carry. Get to know when you're going on a date. When you're trying to get a relationship with somebody, the safest thing to do is to get to know somebody. Your first date should not be after midnight in a car or after midnight going to the Waffle House. It should be in the daytime. Going to McDonald's or Starbucks for a coffee. Get to know each other. First date, number one, you shouldn't go from this extreme and then go to a high price restaurant where you spending $300, $400, $500 on a dinner with somebody that you're trying to get to know. Neither one. You got to get somewhere closer to the front side. Well, like I say, something cheap, something easy, something where y'all can focus more on each other and not so much the money you spending, the time you spending, or the menu. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get to know each other. That's how it's supposed to start. But what I want to do right now first, I want to go back. I want to go to read y'all this story from lawandcrime.com. It kind of gives a little more detail to the story. It says, my fingerprints aren't on anything. Young dad shot dead after being ambushed by his date and her boyfriend. Like, what kind of date? Is it one of them dates where, let's just be honest, could be one of them just sexual dates where she's supposed to do something for him, do something strange for a little change. And the boyfriend is there probably acting like, thinking he a pimp or something like that. Anyway, it says an Indiana man went on a date that ended in an ambush, and now 2 teenagers have been arrested and charged with his murder. Gerald Pryor, 25, was shot and killed after midnight on January 25th during a date with Alexis Hawkins, 19, who was accused by police of setting Pryor up to rob him. In an arrest affidavit obtained by local Fox affiliate WXIN, Hawkins was allegedly coordinating with her boyfriend, 18-year-old Brian Winston Jr., on Instagram while she worked out a time to meet with Pryor. On the night of their date, Winston allegedly shot Pryor while he sat in his car, killing the young father. Fellas, this is another thing I want y'all to understand. Take your time seriously. Don't negotiate your time with anybody. If you, like I say, nothing is going on after midnight to where you can try to date and meet somebody. Like I said, unless you're just trying to, just get your few strokes in and move on. If that's all you trying to steal, you can still do that in the daytime. Don't meet somebody for the first time after midnight. That just sounds like a setup. Got to be more smart than that. The dude I guess he had a stepdad, but it wasn't his biological, but he had a stepdad, so he had a man in his life. Okay, that brother should have said, "Hey, where the hell you going this time of night?" "Oh, I gotta go meet." "No, you gonna meet who?" You know what I'm saying? I know he's like 26, and maybe they didn't live. Maybe he didn't live with them. I don't know. He was 26. God, that's sad. But it says on the night of their date, Winston allegedly shot Pryor while he sat in his car, like I say, killing the young father. According to reporting by the Indianapolis Star, police determined that Pryor and Hawkins were on a date. Why do they keep saying date? Based on their Instagram messages. But Hawkins was allegedly sending messages to another man at the same time, making arrangements to rob Pryor while she was on their date. WXIN's reporting on the affidavit identified that man as Winston. So it's possible that that's the type of date that they were on. Something where there was an exchange of money. And she was just going to rob him for probably little $40 or whatever he was going to pay her. And was going to take him out. But then you got a young boy who's 18 who probably felt some type of way about that and got real emotional and deleted the brother. There's another story where you saw an older man like complimented this female, this young lady, and her boyfriend got so upset. He's confronting this man. You can't hear what they're saying on the camera, but he's confronting this man, and he pulls out a gun, steadily fussing, steadily yelling, and then somehow they get some kind of like commotion, and he shoots the guy, and then walks off like it's nothing. Girlfriend trying to run with him, trying to push him because she's scared to hell, scared to death. And that dude ended up think he was sentenced to life in prison not too long ago. So now you done got upset because so upset that some man complimented your woman, but now you're gonna be in prison for the rest of your life, either taking or either taking it or giving it in prison, while your woman who will probably send you a little money on your commissary for a little while is gonna be out here in this free world getting her cheeks clapped by somebody else, probably another older guy who's going to compliment her. You got to make it make sense. These youngsters got too much emotion, man. They don't know how to just stay calm and and be like men and deal with the issue and just keep it moving. But I don't know. After obtaining a search warrant on Hawkins' Instagram account, police also found that she had done Google searches for News Today Near Me, and Shootings Keystone on the day of the shooting. Police also found that she allegedly sent messages to several people asking for a ride from a location near the shooting around the time the incident took place. Again, why didn't her boyfriend take her somewhere? I'm confused. Where did the boyfriend come from? And how did he get there? When Hawkins was questioned by police on February 6th, the Indianapolis Star reported that she said she couldn't remember that night. She specifically said she didn't have any guns with her at the time, reportedly telling police no weapon to say I did anything. My fingerprints aren't on anything, but yet you could not remember anything from that night, but you do know you didn't have a gun. Mhm. Hawkins was asked by police if they would find her fingerprints in Pride's cars, to which she responded, "It's not going to be on no weapon, though." Right. The Indianapolis Star reported that when police asked, so basically she might have did set this up because she already got her alibi to think, like I say, she's these youngsters that don't watch. Does the first 48 still come on? Because undoubtedly she don't watch that because she thinking that, hey, if I didn't shoot him, I didn't pull the trigger, it's not going to come back to me. But yet, dummy, you were texting your boyfriend and sending messages. These people can get warrants to forensically look through your phone and your messages up from that night and ping towers to where your phone was that night. That's how your boyfriend got found in Texas, because he probably had his phone on and they just followed the cell phone. It's a man. The Indianapolis Star reported that when police asked about a message sent by Hawkins in which she said she was going to make a play, she stopped cooperating and requested an attorney. Hawkins was arrested in February and charged with murder and robbery, resulting in serious bodily injury. Her next court date is May 19th. Winston was charged with murder, felony murder, and robbery resulting in serious bodily injury. He appeared in court on April 15 and is also scheduled to appear on May 19. Both Winston and Hawkins are being held at the Marion County Jail without bond. So here's the thing. Like I say, young fellas, just got to find you a nice, respectable young lady. Instagram, online, women too. I'm gonna tell this is for my young ladies too. Finding people online just ain't it. I don't know. I know you had the match.com and dating websites and all that kind of stuff that started decades ago, and now it's still flourishing. If you can't find someone at the school that you go to, I mean, you got to go to school though. If you can't find anyone at your job which can be kind of dangerous. I mean, not dangerous, but job is a little different because it's not a whole lot of people that work with you. So let's say you got one dude that looks good, or you got one female that looks good that everybody wants, and you mess around to be the lucky one that get him or her. Okay, now it's like you gotta, I don't know, always watch your back because the other person already also knows that there are other people that want them. So that's like I say, it's not a whole lot of people there. So people be willing to man to act a fool over somebody that don't want them. Or if they find out, let's say around you mess around with somebody that said work. Now that other person will find out, and then all hell's gonna break loose. But anyway, work, school, at your church, the library, somewhere like that, somewhere where there's constructive things going on, is probably the safest and best place to find somebody to get in a relationship with. But Instagram, TikTok, you're enamored with the cheeks and the figure. I mean, hell, dudes, we are what they say, we are creatures or visual creatures. We see something nice. It don't matter if it's a woman or a meal or a car or a house. If it looks nice, we're gonna take a look at it. Okay. These ladies, they know this, and they're going to play and prey on that and try to catch a lick, which is what this young girl caught herself doing. And young brother paid the price for it. And it's sad because now his daughter doesn't have a father. Like I said, I'm not sure what a mother is. And she's gonna grow without a father over something silly, over some cheeks, over some cakes that wasn't even his in the first place. You don't know these people when you meet them online. You don't, you have no idea what their history is, if they've been in crimes, if they got another man. That's why, again, it's best to meet in the daytime, somewhere in public, to where y'all could, like I said, the focus is on each other. Because there's because if somebody got somebody else, there's only so many places they can go. It's only a certain time that they can meet. And you know this. So it's like when folks are acting like, y'all can saying, y'all scared, just say y'all want to meet at this time, and then they change their mind and want to meet at a different time, and they keep pushing it back. It's something that's, something ain't right about that. That's why I say, fellas, what I'm saying, respect your time. If you dictate what time, when and where you want to meet this person, if they can meet, great. If they can't, don't sweat it. Maybe some other time, but it's got to be on your terms, fellas, because you have to, in the beginning, no matter what, have to set the rules. You have to dictate what's going to happen from the beginning, because if you don't, as time goes on, you're going to get less and less respect from that person if they can control the narrative. And a lot of times women think they can control the narrative with the sexuality. And unfortunately, a lot of times they can. But if you act like you show them like, nah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you look nice and this and the third, but don't worry about it. Maybe we'll meet some other time. They'll feel some type of way, but they'll either move on or they may just come back and say, hey, what about this time? And then you can work from that. But this little girl here, like I say, she was up to no good from the jump. So that's why I say stay away from the Instagram, websites, social medias, what I'm saying, models, and find you someone in places of construction, not in destruction. Like I say, jobs, schools, churches, mosques, whatever the case may be. But anyway, libraries. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to our channel. If you would like to support the channel, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box with the links there you can click on and support us there. Now, if you would like something tangible for your money, which a lot of people do, You can go to marlonmorale.com. You can go to our Shopify store, and you can just hit that shop button, and you'll see all our luxury products. We got silks products, beard products, um, uh, handbags, and much more, and fragrances. Fragrances that last all day. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.